Hi there, I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a dowsing rod session where I will be asking questions that you guys have submitted. So if you guys have questions that you want me to ask in these sessions, if you could submit them to the link in the description box, I'll put it down below. It helps keep me organized because my backlog of questions keeps growing, which is fantastic. You guys are so curious and I appreciate that. So yeah. A few other things. The future is not set in stone. Anything I ask about the future can change. It's just the most likely outcome at this point in time based on the way things are going, the way people are acting, general sentiment in the ether. So take those things with a grain of salt. Know that you can change the future if you want to, just by changing your actions, your thoughts, and go from there. Also, I am not a medical professional. Please do not take this as medical advice. Please talk to your doctor before making any decisions medically. And in this case, it's for entertainment purposes only. Other things, I don't necessarily believe everything that comes through the rods. This is very much for your own discernment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and go from there. So yeah, I think that covers it. Oh, if you guys want to, I do release these videos early for subscribers. So if you want to join my channel, there's a link in the YouTube website. You might have to join from a desktop computer. I know some folks have had issues with that. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get into it and figure out who we're talking to. If you're with me and willing to answer questions, could you cross the rods for yes? Thank you. Could you open wide for no? Thank you. Could you point to the direction of your energy? Thank you. Am I speaking with an ascended master? Yes, thank you. Are you traditionally associated with Hinduism? Yes, thank you. Is this Lord Shiva? No, thank you. How about Lord Krishna? No, thank you. How about Lord Vishnu? Yes, thank you. Well, thank you for being here. Let's get into the questions. Are all Hindu gods also recognized as gods by the God in heaven? Yes, thank you. Is it possible that there are 7 immortals who are still alive from thousands of years, according to Hindu mythology? Yes, thank you. According to Hindu mythology, we say that a human only has 7 lives. Do we have more than 7 lives? Yes, thank you. And I'm going to take that to mean we have more than 7 lives as a soul. Is that correct? Yes, thank you. Is that true for like the human body? No, thank you. Are the Hindu scriptures accurate? Yes and no, thank you. Does that mean parts of it are accurate? Yes, thank you. Is Hinduism the oldest religion? No, thank you. Is Mahabharata real? Yes, thank you. Did Krishna show his ultimate form to Arjun? No, thank you. Is Hinduism the truth? Yes and no, thank you. Is that because people misinterpret it? Yes, thank you. Is that also because it's not the truth for everyone? Yes, thank you. Does God forgive us for the sins we've committed if we're truly sorry? Yes, thank you. Is being a vegan better than being a meat eater? No, thank you. Is being a meat eater better than being a vegan? No, thank you. Is Shiva considered a major deity in Hinduism? Yes, thank you. Are all Hindu gods positive? No answer, thank you. Does that question make sense? No, thank you. Do all Hindu gods have a positive aspect? Yes, thank you. Are all Hindu gods on the side of humanity? Yes, thank you. Do Hindu gods ever latch on to humans in their energy fields? No, thank you. Is Lord Buddha an incarnation of the Hindu Lord Vishnu? No, thank you. Is Krishna an incarnation of you, Lord Vishnu? No, thank you. Is Hinduism based on demons and Satanism? No, thank you. Is Hinduism a wrong religion to follow? No, thank you. Is Durga, the Hindu goddess, currently reincarnated in our reality or on Earth? No, thank you. Is Durga, the Hindu goddess, the daughter of Shiva? Yes, thank you. Excuse me. In Hinduism, it is said that the soul undergoes 8.4 million cycles of birth before gaining spiritual liberation or moksha. Is that true? No, thank you. Can it take longer? Yes, thank you. Can it be faster than that? Yes, thank you. Is Hindu Trinity God, are they the first demigod created to create the universe? No, thank you. Do some Hindu deities walk the earth now? Yes, thank you. Is it really wrong and impossible for a Hindu and a Muslim to marry? No, thank you. Is it impossible to have a unity and love amongst Hindu and Muslim mixed religious homes? Yes, thank you. Can anyone work with Hindu deities? Yes, thank you. Is modern day witchcraft influenced by Hinduism? Yes, thank you. In Hinduism, there's a belief that we live 840,000 lives in different forms before we become human. Is this true? No, thank you. Was Krishna a prophet or a god? Yes, thank you. I think this might have been a mistypo, so we're going to ask it this way too. Was Krishna a prophet for God? Yes, thank you. Does Goddess Kali help improve your mental health? Yes, thank you. Does Kali Ma a god, or is Kali Ma a goddess of love? Yes, thank you. Does praying to Kali Ma ward off evil? Yes, thank you. Has Kali Yuga ended for Sata Yuga to return? No, thank you. Does Kali Yuga end when Kalki Avatar comes? Yes and no, sort of. Does Kalki Avatar coming mark the end of Kali Yuga? Yes, thank you. But the coming doesn't have anything to do with Kali Yuga ending? Yes, thank you. During the transition period into out of the Kali Yuga and into the next, will the world experience great destruction caused by fire? No, thank you. Has the ending started of Kali Yuga? Yes, thank you. Was the statement in Holy Science correct that the Earth's Dvapara Yuga stage and not in the Kali Yuga? No, thank you. Did Kali exist in human form and embody the divine feminine? Yes, thank you. Are we all divine feminine? Yes, thank you. Do we all have a divine feminine side? Yes, thank you. Are we also all divine masculine? Yes, thank you. And therefore, we also all have a divine masculine side. Yes, thank you. Is sacrificing an animal called Bali to the deity Kali actually something that they demand? No, thank you. Is the Iron Age or Kali Yuga coming to an end this year? Yes and no, thank you. Are we in the process of ending? Yes, thank you. Do chanting mantras work? Yes, thank you. If we sing a mantra of goddess Kali, will she help us? Yes, thank you. Does yoga change your destiny? No, thank you. Is yoga truly a path toward enlightenment? Yes, thank you. Is Ashtanga yoga good for your body to practice for many years? Yes, thank you. Does yoga help the world? Yes, thank you. Has Yoga Nada been reincarnated? Yes, thank you. Interesting. Does practicing yoga go against God? No, thank you. Is Kriya Yoga a superior method for development? Yes and no, thank you. Does it depend on who the person is? Yes, thank you. Does face yoga actually work? Yes, thank you. Does Hindu god Shiva dwell on Mount Kailash? Yes, thank you. Are Hindu gods and goddesses real? Yes, thank you. Are the deities in Hinduism real? Yes, thank you. Are the consequences for Hindus eating beef? Oh, I read that incorrectly. Are there consequences for Hindus eating beef? No, thank you. Did the Hindu god make the universe? Yes, thank you. It seems like in opposition to something we asked earlier. Yes, thank you. Is it actually in opposition? No, thank you. Does that have to do with the wording? Yes. Okay. We'll go with it. Where are we? Is the Hindu god Kalki avatar already here? No, thank you. Is Brahma, the Hindu god, the same as Abraham the prophet? No, thank you. Is Hinduism the truth of the universe? Yes and no, thank you. Does that depend on interpretation? Yes, thank you. Are there also false facts within Hinduism? Yes, thank you. In India, or is India the first place where the Hindu gods came? No answer. Thank you. Is India where some of the Hindu gods first came? Yes, thank you. Is Hinduism more about spirituality than religion? Yes, thank you. Is Hinduism the mother of all religions? No, thank you. Is Hanuman, the Hindu god, still alive and real? Yes, thank you. Is he alive in a physical body? No, thank you. Does the black stone inside the Kaaba at Mecca belong to the Hindus? Yes and no, thank you. Does the black stone inside the Kaaba at Mecca belong to the Muslims? Yes and no, thank you. Does it belong to everybody? Yes, thank you. Does it belong to nobody? No, thank you. So it belongs to somebody. Yes, thank you. Interesting. Did Ramayan take place in India? Yes, thank you. Are Hindu gods demons? No, thank you. Is Christianity higher vibrationally than Hinduism? No, thank you. How about, is Hinduism higher vibrationally than Christianity? No, thank you. Is Hinduism the best religion to develop love for God? No, thank you. Where do we go? Is developing love for God the best way to have a more fulfilled life? No answer. Does it depend on the individual? Yes, thank you. Does God want our love? No answer, thank you. Does God not want our love? No answer, thank you. Does God want? Yes and no, interesting. I feel like the more we talk about God, the more just the shorter the sentences have to be for it to make sense. Is watching porn wrong in accordance with Hinduism? No, thank you. Are seven immortals per Hinduism true, and are they in the same realm as is? Yes, thank you. I don't know what that is, but it'd be interesting to find out. Are Hindu scriptures real? No answer, thank you. They're telling me that the actual scriptures themselves on paper are physical, real things, right? Yes, thank you. But whether or not they are true is a different story. Is that accurate? Yes, thank you. Are Hinduism... Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Are Hinduism teachings true? Yes and no. I'm kind of coming back to the individual on this. Yes, thank you. Is the Hindu god Murugan a Pleiadian? No, thank you. Is the Hindu god Shiva an extraterrestrial? No, thank you. Is Vishnu an extraterrestrial? No, thank you. Has he ever incarnated as an extraterrestrial? No, thank you. Were all the Hindu gods extraterrestrials? No, thank you. Were there any that were extraterrestrials? No, thank you. If Hindu gods are extraterrestrials, is it worth praying to them? Okay, they're telling me that the first part of my answer doesn't make sense and worth praying to them is up to the individual. Is that? Yes, thank you. Is Kali Yuga, or is this Kali Yuga according to Hindu mythology? Yes, thank you. Alrighty, that is all the questions that I have for this session. So if you guys have any more you'd like me to ask, please submit them to the link in the description box. Otherwise, I will catch you guys next time. Have a good one.